feel the texture of your cereals? If your answer is no, you definitely need to get out of your head. Stop thinking and start feeling. Wonderful. I think a wonderful way of he telling us these things.
Okay, ma'am. So you can start with your own uh,
I think
insights on this.
what he's saying, yeah, those things, no, effective thoughts are the best. It sums up the whole thing. I think we all are, uh, you know, we let our thoughts just wander wherever they go. And that is, I think, is a problem in the sense we don't what the author is trying to tell us is to use our thoughts constructively. And when he says constructively, he's very clear what it is. Either you make your life better, maybe in a material manner, or monetary, or economically, or emotionally, or well-being. That is a better life. And then he's talking in terms of career. So think positively how you can take your life forward. Or he says visualize things to improve. Visualizing your future is linked to making your life better, the first one. And thinking of new ideas, because it is ideas and creativity which take a person forward, innovation, or solving everyday problems like someone has not come, your servants don't come. How will I do better? Or how will I have a better vehicle? Solving these petty problems or big problems, maybe in terms of finding your partner or doing better in life. So that and coming up with fun things, yes, with your family and members. So I think that just sums up what our thoughts are in a very positive manner. But at the same time, he's making us very aware that if we don't do these things, then we end up by, complaining, self-pitying, which doesn't take you forward. It is a contradiction to those positive aspects which he's saying. He's told us very positively that these are positive things and we must work for it. And if we don't work positively, then I think we end up by doing negative things. So there he is, I think, a good guru, so to say, telling you that the base of man is to think. But like Descartes, that French philosopher, he said, I think, so I am. So we all exist and knowingly, unknowingly we think. But what he wants us to do is channelize our thoughts and also learn to stop it at the right moment. Because when you do that, then only can you admire nature, flowers blossom and bloom. And he says simple things. Did you enjoy your little smell of coffee? So these petty things also we tend to miss out if we don't orient our thoughts. Thank you.
Mm. Yes, Sanjana, your take on this.
Good morning, everyone. Actually, I also, this is actually crux of everything. The quality of thoughts depends our
Uh,
life.
the screen has gone, the text has gone.
Yeah, he has stopped sharing the screen now.
Okay. Yeah.
So the crux of the desired life living, we can say, जो हम जीवन जीना चाहते हैं अल्टीमेटली उसका उसका जो सार लगाएं तो that will be this कि we have to decide the quality of thoughts because we cannot control thoughts and they are not required at all. We need to be aware. And simply if we decide the quality of our thoughts, that will happen only through the being aware of about thoughts. And if we become conscious in making the choices of thoughts, that will flip the entire scene. So that's a wonderful thing. And for that, we need to give a pause. Like he's saying that you in the morning, can you feel the sunshine and the morning bridge? So this all will happen only when we are aware. So we need to be conscious for our thoughts, conscious living actually. This will lead to conscious living, not by accident living. So
Mm.
that's my take. Yes. Otherwise, we means most of the times there is accidentally means जीवन चला रहा है, we become conscious in our living.
Very true. Yes. Like I always say that being consciously aware and staying consciously connected. So
Yeah, absolutely.
it's as simple as that. That catch yourself that when you're doing this. I start
Yes.
wasting my time on useless things like complaining, feeling
Mm.
sorry for myself and not enjoying my life. So catch yourself at any given point of time that are you feeling excited, are you feeling enthusiastic,
Mhm.
encouraged, motivated, inspired. If the answer is no, that is the point you need to catch yourself that okay, at this moment of time you are probably complaining or condemning things which is fundamentally you are wasting your time by useless or thinking on useless thoughts which won't take you anywhere. So
Definitely.
wonderful. Yes, Nilesh, आप कुछ ऐड करना चाहते हैं इसमें? Chapter itself is so beautiful. Spend your time well.
But see, these are the largest ways in which encompassing all types of thoughts which he's telling you. But in reality, I mean, I think, being a bit too idealistic, because as a person, as a living person, we don't have time to even think of so many different thoughts. A few which affect us, yes, like career, future. But where do we have so much time, if you are serious about your career, to think in terms of let's have fun? No. I mean, I'm just giving a certain example.
Yes, that's why the suggestion is that you catch yourself that at any given point of time, are you feel happy, excited, encouraged, motivated, inspired? That's how I look at things. So, like when normally I have one-on-one conversations with in my own coaching sessions, मैं लोगों को बोलता हूँ, पूछता हूँ कि as you are saying this, are you feeling excited about it? Are you feeling encouraged about it? Like, is it motivating for you? Is it inspiring for you? The answer is no. That is a very clear sign that the thoughts that you're thinking right now are useless because they are not useful for you. They won't take you anywhere wherever you want to go. So beautifully, Tirias has put it in this beautiful chapter. Cool. Let's move ahead.
Yeah, and moreover, I think that the consciousness does not require a rocket science. It starts with the small things, and then it becomes a conscious habit to become conscious.
Yeah.
So in day-to-day activities, even because I always just I myself do whenever I feel the things are going unconsciously, I pause for a while, and I also tell the people in coaching sessions that just become aware even for the glass of water you are drinking through the day, number of times you are drinking water. So start choosing drinking the water even consciously thrice a day, twice a day, once a day, whatever.
Hmm.
So then it becomes your habit.
Very true.
We
Very
are
true.
some of our habits.
Very true. When I say that who you are is a result of your habits, and your
Yes,
habits are the results of actions that you take, driven by the thoughts that you have.
yes.
So if if that is so, then the beginning point is thoughts, and what kind of thoughts you are thinking that defines that what kind of
Mhm.
quality you are going to have, even after 1 minute, even after 2 minutes.
Yes, of course.
And quality of life is not something that you are having or you are going through for so many years. It is all about what is happening right now. What kind
Yeah,
of thoughts is impacting your thoughts right now? That is defining that quality of your life that you are actually experiencing right now. And life is all about right now.
definitely. And
Brilliant. Good to see you,
the
Nilesh. Good to see you,
power
Lalita.
is in the now.
Yeah, the power is in the now. And now is the only thing that you have access to.
Yes, indeed.
Even when you and I are thinking about our past or about our future, the process, what we are going through is thinking. thinking means it is actually happening in present continuous tense. So आप मानो ना मानो, you are always at present continuous tense.
Force.
Yeah, you
That's the
are
point of power.
always superb. Let's move ahead with the next chapter. Oh, here we go. Who would like to read it? In
Can
it.
I?
Yes, ma'am. Please.
There is only one end goal to all of this inner calm. No matter what you experience in life and no matter what happens to you, your mind should stay calm under all circumstances. That is the ultimate prize in life. Mastery of the mind means that we control our mind. Remember, you can only achieve that thought daily practice. Some people call it meditation and others might call it mindfulness. No matter what you call, finding inner calm. Please don't overcomplicate it. You don't need a $10,000 course to learn how to find some peace inside your head. Just sit down, be one with your thoughts, observe them, and then ignore them. That's all there is to meditation. I meditate all the time when I walk, exercise, write, wait, sit, play, whatever. I can always find the time and energy to go within myself to find peace. I don't need anything to do it. That's important to realize. I have said it before, but it's so important that I will say it again. You don't need a yoga mat, music, or teacher to help you control your thoughts. You can go within yourself to find calm anytime you want. You also don't need a holiday, new shoes, or a drink. How do I know this? I control my mind. I decide what it does. So can you.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, it's a
I think
wonderful
that
chapter.
thought he had mentioned it in one of the previous chapters that you don't need anything to really start uh, being cool and control of yourself. And when he thought, I think here when he is talking in terms of controlling oneself, it is both thoughts and feelings. It is not our thoughts so much which take us down the line, but I think it is our feelings over which we should have control. Whereas he seems to be stressing a bit too much on thoughts. But in life, I think we are led by what our feelings are.
Yeah, indeed. But feeling comes through thoughts. The root
Well, yes, those who think.
starts with the
There are so
because
many people, look around you,
mm,
ma'am. You're talking of the educated lot, which is
mm,
which thinks. Think of all the majority of the people, they don't think. It is their feelings which take them forward.
yeah, feeling comes from thoughts. It is not a matter of being educated or uneducated. Everybody is driven by thoughts because thoughts leads to feelings. The feelings are just coming through the thoughts. They are also getting a thought first, and then they are getting the feeling. So thoughts are
I
the
have
root
some
cause.
doubts in that. There are people who don't think at all. Look around you.
No,
Majority people are like
thinking.
that, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, you are right. There are who don't consciously give a thought, but unconsciously thoughts are happening. They are coming at their own.
No, it is
So,
feelings, ma'am, which dominates. In everyday life and petty things, it is always feelings which dominate, and it's the feelings which create a problem. And it's by feelings that people, uh, you know, they develop anger or anything. It's not the thought. It's always at the level of feelings. I don't like it, so I won't don't do it. That's what majority
So
of the
what
people are.
what what liking is all about? Is it a thought or it's a feeling?
That's why I said, where is the thin line?
So what liking is all about?
So what you like is a feeling, and that is what majority people do. So I think there's a very thin line between thought and feelings, but at the same time, majority people are led by feelings. It's only the intellectual, educated, who career-oriented people who think in terms of thoughts
How do you
and
know
then
whether
follows feeling.
you're liking something or not?
Sorry.
How do you know whether you're liking something or not?
There are so many, it could be sensory, your sense perceptions,
What is perception?
habit. So it's not always thoughts. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
What is perception?
Perception is what you feel, no?
And how that feeling is coming?
By habit, by exposure, by sensory, by senses.
And
It's
what is
not always
happening?
thought, I think. A lot.
Whenever something is happening in front of, even what what comes to your mind immediately? So you
I,
see somebody who is shouting at you. Now what is coming to your mind first?
what,
That meaning making of shouting itself is an outcome of certain things. What are those things? You know, in NLP, there's a concept called communication model of the mind.
concept called?
Communication model of the mind.
Huh.
And communication model of the mind starts with thoughts. So throughout the
Okay.
day,
Huh.
you and I are exposed to 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts throughout the
Yeah.
day.
Okay.
Okay. And out of those 60 to 70,000, it really doesn't matter whether you're educated or illiterate or none of them. So, what is happening with those thoughts? Now, you and I do three things with those thoughts. The first thing that you and I do is delete.
Yeah.
So, we delete a big chunk of those thoughts without even observing. So, technically, अगर हम देखें data point of view से how many data points you and I can see or pick up at any given point of time over a
Huh.
period of 1 second is close to 2 million. Like if you just blink your eyes and look at a big tree, you can even see each and individual leaf of that tree. आपको दिखेगा if you close the eyes. But why did you see it? Because you ignored it. You
Hmm.
only looked at the tree. You look at the trunk. You look at the base. You look at the rest of it above it. Now, what happened to those uh, millions of leaves? So you ignored that. So first observation, what is happening is the tree, and that is the number of thoughts which are coming to you. Now, out of those 2 million data points, you and I normally pick up 6 to 7 data points at every given point of time, like
Hmm.
every second. 6 से 7 लेते हैं, कभी कभी वो 9 होता है, 10 भी नहीं होता. And then out of those 7 thoughts, we do two things. The first thing that we do is called distortion. Distortion is you are connecting it with the meaning that you already have based on your experiences. तो आप उसके साथ उसको connect कर रहे हो. Like when you see somebody shouting, you can connect it with this person is angry, that's why he is shouting. Alternately, it can be even that this person is so excited, that's why he is shouting. This person is so happy, that's why he is shouting. He is shouting out of happiness. Depend करे वो उस वक्त shout क्यों कर रहा है. If that person is watching a match, for example, or a person is playing a match on a field. So if like when, for example, just take a scene, typical scene. A bowler is bowling in a cricket field and a batsman is batting. Now it is a situation where probably the winning is depending on that last ball. And when the ball is bowled, if the batsman could hit the ball, a lot of people will shout at it. If it crosses boundary, for example, then people are shouting out of excitement. If it does not, probably he hit the ball and somebody just caught him. So now that person is out. Now a new set of people will be shouting at it. So the reason behind shouting is all what is happening around that scenario and uska aapka meaning nikal rahe ho, and that meaning is called distortion. And then comes generalization. Generalization is that now you are saying that like most of us use the words we is a use of generalization. मुझे लगता है कि मैं जैसे सोच रहा हूँ बाकी सब भी वैसे ही सोच रहे हैं. So you cannot avoid the thought process. Thought is happening anyway. The meaning making that we are doing with that thought is resulting into the kind of feelings of the emotions that we are going to have.
Okay.
So the process normally follows is that once you uh, do this generalization or distortion of this meaning, the next step it impacts is your emotions. Emotions impacts your feelings. कि अब मैं क्या करूं? And then feelings are translated into the behavior that you're behaving at that point of time. And accordingly, you take action, and actions produce whatever results it is supposed to produce, and then you get the feedback. And then feedback is again some kind of thoughts only. कि अच्छा मुझे इसे करना था या नहीं करना था. And then again it circulates into that cycle of deletion, distortion, and generalization. तो थॉट्स आर समथिंग दैट यू कैनॉट अवॉइड. आपके पास कोई चॉइस ही नहीं थॉट अवॉइड करने की, क्योंकि कुछ ना कुछ टाइम यू आर ऑलवेज थिंकिंग. दिस अबाउट द सबकॉन्शियस माइंड. सबकॉन्शियस माइंड सोचता बहुत कम है. सबकॉन्शियस माइंड इज द माइंड दैट ओनली एक्ट्स. So that is the habit part. So like when you say that you are the result of your habits, so subconscious is only playing with those habits. So this is what you are doing throughout the day in whatever situation. And जब उसका do it for a longer period of time, you don't even notice that you are behaving like that, and that becomes your habit. And इसीलिए NLP में एक और चीज बोला जाता है, people are not their behavior, but they behave in a certain context. So during in every context, your behavior changes. So the fundamental point is that you cannot avoid thoughts. Thought आपके पास आएगा ही आएगा. Everything is happening after whatever you are doing with that thought. और सारे आउटकम जो करते हैं हम लोग, all our outcomes is an outcomes of what happens, which is preceded by the feelings that we have. So brain ऐसे ही काम करता है. It really doesn't matter that whatever is happening with an educated or an uneducated person. And this is not only about human brains. सारे एनिमल्स के ब्रेन ऐसे ही काम करता है. That some thought is coming to you, and what you are doing with that thought is what is coming out as an action. So as he was talking about, Darius is talking about in this chapter, that just sit down, be one with thoughts, observe them, and then ignore them. That's all there is to meditation. So according to him, meditation is all about just observe the thoughts that is coming to you and just ignore them. So that is what you need to do. Observe इस वक्त मेरे दिमाग में कैसे कैसे thoughts आ रहे हैं. And just Sanjana was talking about taking a pause. Taking a pause is also kind of getting into another form of meditation. That okay, now I am just sitting down or getting calm and just listening. Exactly listening to the voices that I am speaking to myself. कि मैं आपके साथ बात क्या कर रहा हूँ. What kind of words I am using in my communication with myself. So that's what this chapter is all about. It's saying that ultimately everyone is looking for one thing that is called peace of mind. अब देखिएगा कि कोई किसी के साथ बुरा करके भी पीस ऑफ माइंड के लिए कर रहा है कि चलो नाउ आई एम सक्सेसफुल, दैट इसका कुछ ना कुछ नुकसान हुआ, आई एम हैप्पी विद दैट, एंड बिकॉज दैट्स अ मोमेंटरी थिंग. सो दैट मोमेंटरली आई हैड दैट पीस ऑफ माइंड, then I'm moving to the next opportunity to create another opportunity to experience that peace of mind. Similarly, when you're doing something good also, उसके पीछे भी आपका मकसद एक ही रहता है, that when that good things happen, now you're having that peace of mind. Like हमारे NLP में एक टेक्निक है जिसको हम बोलते हैं चंकिंग अप. So when you ask somebody that somebody wants to do something, आप उसको पूछेगा आप ये क्यों चाहते हो, क्यों चाहते हो, क्यों चाहते हो, क्यों चाहते हो, ऐसा ही क्यों चाहते हो. वो करते करते एक टाइम में वो बोलेगा if this happen then I'll feel happy. और हैप्पीनेस से क्या मतलब है. Then eventually you'll reach that point जहाँ पे आप बोलोगे नहीं मुझे peace of mind चाहिए. Because if I am happy then I feel happy, and when I feel happy I have that peace of mind. So everybody is doing everything only for one activity, one objective, that is peace of mind. And this is where this chapter fits in beautifully. One more thing that Darius is talking about, that he is saying that हम सारा दिन meditate कर रहे हैं. That he said that मैं तो सारा दिन meditate करता हूँ. Actually, NLP point of view से भी अगर हम देखें, then throughout the day you are only talking to one person, and that person is you. आपको लग रहा है कि मैं किसी और के साथ बात कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन आप किसी और के साथ बात नहीं कर रहे. आप उसके जो इमेज अपने दिमाग में बना के रखे, यू आर एक्चुअली इंटरैक्टिंग विद दैट इमेज, and that image is whatever you think is true about that person or about that situation or about that event or even about that word. कि आपके हिसाब से इसका मीनिंग यही है यही सच है. And then you're interacting with that word or that people or that person जिसका छवि आपने अपने दिमाग में बना के रखा है. And there's a beautiful science called ontology, which says that every information that we stored in our brain is in the form of emotion. It's all emotion. When you think of elephant, वो भी आपके लिए emotion ही है. When you think of excitement, वो भी आपके लिए emotion ही है. So every information, every bit of information which is stored in your brain is in the form of emotion. So that's why every word that you use in your communication, you trigger the emotion of that word in that communication as per your own experiences. तभी बोलते हैं कि like to make a communication fruitful, do not use the word but, instead use the word and. But use करने का मन भी करते तो भी उसको रोको. Observe that you are getting into that trap of using the word but. Just replace but with and. Now, why this is being said? When you use the word but, क्या होता है, आप उसके पहले जिसने जो भी कुछ बोला ना, आपने उसको पूरा पूरा negate कर दिया कि whatever you are saying is invalid or is not acceptable. And the moment you use the word and, what you are saying that ठीक है, आप जो बोल रहे हो आपके रियलिटी के हिसाब से वो acceptable है और मुझे ऐसा लगता है. So it's all about मुझे ऐसा लगता है. Everything that you and I, every word that you and I use in our communication is an outcome of what is my perception, my interpretation about whatever is happening. And that perception and interpretation is leading to my feeling about it. And that feeling is getting exposed or expressed to the words that you and I using in our communication. Anyway, so that's how NLP in summary. Wonderful. Let's go ahead with this chapter. Think beyond yourself. Who would like to read it?
There is a word I'm not
We
visible
can't hear
at
you,
that.
Ansanjali.
Yeah, sorry.
Who would like to read it? Nilesh, Ankita?
Yes, sir. May I?
Yes, Latika. Lalita, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good morning to all of you.
Yes, good morning, ma'am. Please go ahead.
I'm sorry for joining late also, sir.
Please go
A-
ahead.
Actually, in our city, there is going happy street every Sunday in the morning from 6:30 to 7 o'clock, and that will start. So we have to go for duty also. And that's why
Mhm.
I leave the session in between last Sunday and today also at 7:30. So sorry for that.
It's a, would you like to read?
But I will, sir. Please.
Okay, please go ahead, ma'am.
Uh, please is not there,
Can you see
sir.
my screen?
Yes,
Let
sir.
me share. Can you see the screen?
Yeah. Yeah. It is visible. Screen is visible, sir.
Just a second.
Yeah,
Let me
wait.
let me share it
Sure.
once again.
Okay, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Think beyond yourself. Many of the ideas I shared in this book come from the philosophy of come from the philosophy of pragmatism. If you Google pragmatism, you will probably read that the philosophical movement was found by Charles Sanders Peirce, a former professor of Johns Hopkins University. But if you look closer into the story behind the philosophy, you will find that it was William James who actually created Peirce as the founder in 1898. Even though Charles Sanders Peirce was a well-respected academic during the 1880s. He had fallen from grace by the end of the 19th century. James and Peirce got to know each other during the 1860s when they were both students at the Lawrence Scientific School at Harvard. Peirce, once considered as a prodigy of mathematics and logic, went on to become a professor at Johns Hopkins University. But he lost his position in 1884 due to scandal involving his remarriage. It's truly a sad story. Priest's first wife left him in 1875, and shortly after that, he became involved with another woman while being legally married. However, he divorced become final 8 years later. During those 8 years, he wait a minute, sir. He lived with a woman he was not married to, apparently. Simon Newcomb, who was Peirce's
Simon Newcomb. Yeah.
yes, consequently, he was let go it in what became a public scandal. Sadly, Price never found academic employment again and lived in poverty for years after he was fired. Pierce even lived and slept on the street of New York City for years. No one helped him except for his old friend William James. After James overcome his depression in 1870, he started building a body of work that, more than a century later, remains relevant. James became a Harvard professor and an academic celebrity due to the publication of his book. That's over. Sir.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. So, publication of the principles of psychology, a book that took him 12 years to write and was published in 1890.
Oh,
You can see the screen, right?
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
sir.
please go
Hmm.
ahead. Please go ahead.
That is continuous, sir. Next, please. Okay,
Huh.
professor.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay,
The
yeah,
chapter
yeah.
is
Okay,
complete.
yeah, yeah. Okay, sir. Professor and an academic celebrity due to the publication of his book, Principle of Psychology, a book that took him 12 years of write and was published in 1890. He confessed to his friend James career was on the rise for years. And out of nowhere, in 1898, William James created the principle of prag- pragmatism to the forgotten Charles Sanders Peirce in a lecture called Philosophical Conception and Practical Results. Pragmatism means that one must look at the practical value of ideas. James, yes, sir, next page. James believed scientists wasted their time on abstract ideas and theories that had no impact on people's life. Would you change the way you lived if a scientist proved how the earth was created? Lewis Mended, author of Pragmatism, a reader, says of principle of pragmatism that we can never hope for absolute proof of anything. All our decisions are based on what the universe is today and what it will do tomorrow, regardless of what people think of pragmatism. One thing is sure, William James did a favor to Peirce by crediting the philosophy to him, and that is And that is And that is exactly what makes James great. He didn't strive to take credit for something that he created, because without James' action and promotion of pragmatism, the philosophy wouldn't exist, and prayers would be forgotten. By that act, James did something meaningful. He helped a friend press, gained some respect, and even wrote several papers in his last years. And from all the wisdom of James, that's the most important thing I have learned. William James himself once said, "The greatest use of life is to spend it on something that will outlast it." Practically speaking, there is no purpose to doing something that outlasts you. You wouldn't be there to see it anyway. But that's not the point. If we live our lives every day with that idea in mind, that we should strive for doing, creating useful things that matters to others, we end up spending our time on things that actually make a difference. When you do that, life automatically has meaning to everyone.
Mm. A beautiful chapter.
That piece is over, sir.
Yes, it's so. So,
First paragraph is done.
कैसा लगा? क्या
Oh, it's continue,
think
sir.
beyond yourself?
In today's world, you find that people are becoming more and more selfish. So all their actions, thoughts, behavior is oriented towards fulfilling their needs, physical, mental, emotional, all included. And what he's trying to tell you that have a purpose in life, and when there is a purpose in life, I think life has more meaning. This is what he's trying to tell you. But live beyond yourself, in the sense beyond the now, beyond the present. Think of the future, think of others, and that will give meaning to life. This is what he's trying to tell us, that it's that shift your focus from self to others, from now to future, because he's asking you to be more social, more outwardly, because his interpretation of life is that it gives one the positive values like generosity, kindness, goodness. These are higher level values. So to get those values as a part of our life, unless one thinks beyond oneself, these values will have no meaning. And I think that's what he's trying to say, that you cannot just have abstract thoughts, but you need something which will take you forward, which will give you happiness, and which will create positivity in your life. Thank you.
Mm. Yes, Sanjana, you would like to add to this?
I think the whole chapter just sums up into don't think of yourself, think of others. Don't think of now, think of, that which is sustainable.
Yeah, exactly. I think so, ma'am. That chapter is think beyond yourself. That means कि maybe you have to think about others also. Obviously, we are thinking, I'm thinking for myself first. After that, I think about others. But here is talking कि when I'm able to just help others, so I should do this. Because in this story also, author is one of his friend is doing the same thing. So he did not want to forgotten that person, and he's very grateful for that person. So I should also do the same thing because if I live for myself every day, sir, and that come in also in mind also. So in the same way, I should think about others to help them to from any ways, from any ways how could I can help to others. I should do this. I think so.
Man is a social animal, but it's so reverse of what present day life is. One has to just look around you to know how selfish everybody is. So we need these thoughts of higher value to create meaning.
Hmm. Anybody else would like to add to this? I really like this. The greatest use of a life is to spend it on something that will outlast it.
Yeah, why? Why? Because it is continuity which gives a person satisfaction. This is ephemeral, doesn't give person a satisfaction. That is why he's trying to say the greatest use of a life is to spend it on something that will outlast you. But at the same time, his definition of practicality, in the sense what is useful in life, is it not contradictory? What may be useful in life may not be sustainable in every case.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Look, I would like to see what others are going to add to this. Yes, Sanjana, what would you like to add to this? Ankita, what would you like to add to this? The greatest use of a life is to
I,
spend it on
is there
something
a
that will outlast.
contradiction? Is there a contradiction in what he says?
No, he's just suggesting, no contradiction. He's only suggesting the greatest use of a life is to spend it on something that will outlast it. So you do something. See, for example, like if Darius hadn't written this book, we wouldn't have even heard or read this book. आज हम बैठ के जो चर्चा कर रहे हैं इस किताब को पढ़ रहे हैं so we can do all those things because this book exists. So we don't even know whether Darius is alive or dead right now. I don't think any of us have ever connected with him. क्या हम में से किसी ने भी उनको एक मेल लिख के बोला कि I'm so thankful that you wrote this book, and I got an opportunity to read it with so many people, and these are the changes I could bring in my life just because you wrote this book. I don't think any of us done it, but I'm not talking about myself. But normally, whenever I read a book, if the author is alive, I put all my effort to connect with that author, and then I create a wrap up with that author. So I already have some mails exchanged with Darius, where in every mail I thanked him. So जो उसने बोला कम से कम एक किताब लिख के कम से कम उसने ये तो प्रूफ किया कि the greatest use of our life is to spend it on something that will outlast it. So even if he is not there, we'll still read that book. Some people will still read that book maybe 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line. So practically speaking, there is no purpose on doing something that outlasts you. प्रैक्टिकल अगर हम देखेंगे जैसे लग रहा है कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी है कि there is no purpose of doing something that outlasts me. You won't be there to see it anyway, but that's not the point. So if we live our lives every day with that idea in mind, forget we, just focus on I, that if I live my life every day with that idea in mind that I should strive for doing or creating useful things that matters to others, I end up spending my time on things that actually make a difference. So when I do that, life automatically has a meaning to everyone. A human being, as a human being, you and I are is a social animal. We are social animals. So social animals का existence ही depend करता है that how closely you are interacting with the society out there. And what is society? Society is a collection of people like you only, you and I only. Society और कुछ नहीं, वो तो it's a collection of people, you and I. And the word society has different meaning to different people based on their experiences of life. What Dheeraj is talking about is, again, it's like a thinking state kind of thing. What could be my purpose in life? Had I been, as I have been sent on this earth as a human being, I don't even know whether I was sent on this earth or not. वो भी बहुत deep philosophy हो जाएगा. Just asking myself that what is the purpose of my existence? So the whole point is that चलो एक पर्पस तो ये मैं खुद के लिए बना सकता हूँ कि मैं कुछ भी करके जाऊं लोग उसको याद रखें. अदरवाइज व्हाट इज द पॉइंट? फिर तो हम खुद दुनिया में आ रहे हैं, खा रहे हैं, पी रहे हैं, जी रहे हैं, मजा ले रहे हैं. तो दिस व्हाट डीरेस इज टॉकिंग अबाउट. कुछ भी कर लो, however do something, at least take out some time from your life on a daily basis and put that time, invest that time into doing something which will outlive you. लोगों को पता तो रहेगा कि मैं आया था दुनिया में. सिस्टर्स एंड ब्रदर्स ऑफ अमेरिका, बस एक छोटा सा इंट्रोडक्शन एंड द होल वर्ल्ड रिमेंबर्स स्वामी विवेकानंद. So that is what author is suggesting, Data is suggesting. That's what I think when I am reading this chapter. When I read this chapter earlier also, this is the only thought that came to my mind. कि आप ऐसा कुछ करो कि लोग आपको याद रखें. नहीं तो जिंदगी तो हर कोई जी रहा है, सांसें तो आपकी फिर भी चल रही है. एक दिन उसका भी काउंट बंद हो जाएगा. You will come to the end of the number of breaths that you are supposed to take. Once you hit that number, you are gone. The point is, before I hit that number, what I can make, how I can make a difference, so that people remember me. What are the good things that I can do with people, so that people remember me. This is what Dheeraj is talking about. Beautiful. Let's go to the next chapter, and this is the last chapter of this book. And let me read this. Thank you, a gift. Thank you for going on this journey with me. The goal was to take you inside my thinking process. So he's not saying that whatever I'm saying is right. He's saying that मुझे ऐसा लगता है. See, everything is all about मुझे ऐसा लगता है. I think that this is the way it is, or I feel this is the way it is. So my goal was to take you inside my thinking process. I hope that this book serves as an anchor to you and that you read it more than once, especially during trying times. So when you are going through hard times, Probably that is the best time to read this book so that you get a second view of whatever you are going through. I appreciate that you took the time to finish things straight. Deciding to read one book over the other might seem small to a reader who has millions of options, but to me, the author, it means everything. So thank you. To show my gratitude, I want to offer you something in return, a bonus ebook with a behind the scenes look at my personal journal entries. In the bonus ebook for Think Straight, I take you one step deeper into the creative journey. If you enjoyed this book and want to know how it was made, you can go to this website, deriaforu.com by slash think straight bonus to subscribe to my newsletter and download the bonus for free. I hope we can continue this conversation about how to think better. Therefore, I invite you to share your story with me personally. So this is another, this is email ID. You can write an email to him or on my website's community page where other readers share theirs. I like to build real relationship with my readers. That's why I always ask people to stay in touch. My desire is to see other people do well in life. So please go out there, make good shit happen, and then let me know about it. So that's all end of it. Take care, Darius. And then he's talking about some more things that uh, he's sharing some links here. So let's have quick, not feedback. I would say quick feed forward. Okay, as you read this book, what do you see possible for yourself now? Let's have some quick feed forward from each one of you.
I think he's trying to make us more positive, more sensible, more self-controllable, and something which will orient our life in terms of thoughts and will be better, because he's trying to tell you, think better, see how your life will be better when you change your thoughts. So it's, you know, you can think in terms of solving problems or improving your life, having better relations, think beyond yourself. So when you do all that, I think we start thinking differently. Situations make us into what we are, and maybe that is not right, that is limited. It's like passing through a tunnel. But now he's telling you, think of the, when you go out of the tunnel, think of the beautiful scenery that you can see. So, to avail of this scenery and the beauty of life and nature, unless we change our thoughts, it will not happen. And that is what he's trying to tell us when he says, think straight. Don't let your thoughts wander left and right. Is that it?
Wow, that's a beautiful way of putting it together. Yes, Sanjana, Ankita, Nilesh, Dr. Rajkumar, Shalini.
Now I keep quiet. Once Rajkumar sir comes
So
here, it's very,
what
very
you
difficult.
are taking away from reading this book for yourself? आपने अपना अपना समय लगाया, अपना मेहनत लगाया. You take out your time on a Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m. over last so many weeks. There were 13 chapters. Probably we spent at least 7 to 8 weeks on this. So what you are taking up with yourself out of your investment of say about 25 to 30 hours on this book in your lifetime? What are you taking up with yourself?
Shall I express my view?
Yes, sir, please.
I was reading, the 31 chapter index again myself. So there are good points. It is a repeated practice which is required, starting with first chapter, you become what you think. So I remember James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. Then Life is Not a Linear, chapter 7, and chapter 11. You focus on what is in your control rather than what is outside your control. Chapter 12, Don't Trust Your Mind. So, many of the chapters, matlab each chapter is good. Chapter 19, Be Yourself, not what you should be. So, accepting oneself. Chapter 30, Inner Calm. 31, Think Beyond Yourself. So, this book is, requires a continuous revision by oneself and pick up three, four chapters which one feel are good for life. Be unconventional, chapter 23. Thank you. Don't live with regrets. Chapter 27 also is never look back. Spend your time well. So there are different learning, but I personally feel for myself difficult to keep in mind unless these are practiced and these are revised again. Thank you.
Great, sir. Awesome. Yes, Sanjana, Ankita, Shalini.
Um,
Sanjana, you're not audible.
Now, am I audible?
No,
No? Wait.
you are not audible, Sanjana.
Now,
So,
now,
yeah, better. Yes, please.
okay. Am I clearly audible now?
Yes,
Yes,
perfect. Please
now
go
you're
ahead.
good.
Yeah, thank you. That's why मुझे बोलने का मौका ही नहीं मिल रहा था बीच
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah.
में. I was trying to say something, but nobody was listening. This was the thing.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, each chapter with this book is a unique thing. And as Rajkumar sir said, ki the thing is about practicing. And I haven't read on every Sunday, yet the Sundays which I attended, I took away something with me. With each book, I just do same thing. The last session that I attended, I took away we have to live the day in present, means the moment we are living. And living the present moment is the greatest thing we can do to ourselves. And I'm not talking about others, I'm doing it with myself that I'm living the moment because the power is in the present. It is not in past, not in future. It is in the present, the moment we are living. In present also the moment right now we are living. So that is the moment. And I enjoy the moments, one thing. And this thing that I have found the purpose of my life. Earlier, only goals were there in life. But as I added purpose to those goals, the life became creative and I got a clarity because goal is where we have to go and purpose is the why we have to go and why is more powerful. So I started with my why and that is the purpose of the life because few days back somebody asked me कि why do you do the sessions in free, why do you keep taking the follow up from the participants. So I laughed at means I gave a means I started laughing. This is the purpose of my life, to make this world beautiful, because we have come to this world, and just simply by coming, living your life, eating, doing your means day-to-day chores, and leaving this world is not the only thing we have come to, because our soul has some purpose. God has created us for some purpose. There is a purpose behind our coming to this world, and but one purpose is common for all the souls, that we have come to make this world beautiful. So when we leave the world, at least we should do, like Pinaki was sharing, that we should do something that is remembered later on. So the same thing I reply to the person why I'm doing all these things. So this is my purpose, to make this world beautiful by creating smiles on faces, by creating some impact in their lives that is in a positive manner. Like Mangla ma'am said, that we need to have the positive attitude. So by creating that positivity in the people's life, because the world is an eco point. Whatever I'm giving, I am getting it back. There is something selfish with that also, but yet the selfish motives behind that is to create some positive effect in my surrounding. The five people at least, but I am just targeting more five people. I just tell them ki five people I am just affecting in my surrounding, and five people will affect further five people in their life. So, in this way, I have got the purpose that I have to create some effect in the world, in the society, in my surrounding, by giving what I have been practicing through. Not I'm saying that I have learned, I'm just practicing through, and that created some positive impact in my life. So, that is I'm sharing with all. And all the meditation videos that I'm sharing, that is also the part key, they should be used later on also when I'm not in this world. They will be used, and people will remember me for my this work. And beside this, right now what I'm doing, I'm enjoying all these things. So that is my now, that is my power. So this book is so beautiful. I have liked it so much, and I have read it on my own. And the chapter that is created some long-lasting impact in my heart. I'm not saying in my mind, in my heart. That is living the life of purpose. The chapter that we have read today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Pinaki. Thank you so much, Mangla ma'am. And thank you so much, Nilesh, Shalini. Thank you so much, Ankita. You all are awesome. Thank you so much. And today, me and my husband both are reading the book with all of you. Today, we too are reading the book. So every time he was saying कि क्या करती हो तुम सुबह, मैंने कहा आज वो हम आज इकट्ठे करते हैं. And he was sending appreciation to you, Pinaki ji.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Appreciation to you also, Mr. Dhawan. You took the initiative to be here with all of us this morning.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. My pleasure. आप मैम को इतना सपोर्ट करें उनकी एक्टिविटीज में, ये भी बहुत बड़ी बात है.
मैम से मुझे बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिल रहा है, और नेचुरली मैम जिन लोगों से जुड़े हुए हैं उनका इसमें बहुत बड़ा योगदान है, तो इनडायरेक्टली आप सबका भी इसमें बहुत कुछ योगदान है जो मैं सीख रहा हूँ. आप सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
संजना इज क्रिएटिंग हिस्ट्री.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. जब से एनएलपी से जुड़ी है, मैं भी अपनी लाइफ में बहुत चेंज फील कर रहा हूँ. बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिल रहा है. एक्चुअली हर व्यक्ति स्ट्रगल कर रहा है हैप्पीनेस के लिए, शांति के लिए, लेकिन रास्ते नहीं मिल पाते हैं, तरीके नहीं मिल पाते हैं। तो जब से संजना ने एनएलपी सीखना शुरू किया, प्रैक्टिस करना शुरू किया, मैं भी काफ़ी टाइम से, लगभग 20-25 साल से स्ट्रगल कर रहा था, लेकिन मुझे काफ़ी हेल्प मिली है। कुछ क्लैरिटी आई है, कुछ रास्ते पता चले हैं। हम लोग प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं, लेकिन बहुत स्लो प्रोसेस है। लेकिन हम लोग आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, फील कर रहे हैं कि बेटर हो रहा है। थैंक यू।
ब्यूटीफुल, ब्यूटीफुल, क्या बात है। Yes, who would like to add to this? Shalini, Ankita?
Yes, sir. So, my learning from the chapter is like from the entire book read so far, I've stopped thinking the thoughts which are not required. So that awareness is come in me. Means I was always in fear. What if this happens? What if that happens? Like either fear of uncertainty or what happened in the past. So that change I could see in myself, and I was thinking that there is always someone who controls my thoughts. But reading this book, it's not others; it's our own thoughts, my own thoughts controlling me. So that calmness is come in me, and I'm feeling happy that I'm able to have command over my own thoughts and give it the right direction with the help of this book. And it was really not possible for me to stay calm in the moment, but some examples, the lessons in this book are there, like stop thinking or connect the dots. So these are the very powerful lessons I feel, and how to author has literally practically um, said how to filter our thoughts. Sometimes I always used to get answers in generic, but this book, it is very specific to our the reality, so that I was able to connect with it. And I also started connecting the dots, like instead of regretting of what has happened, I started learning from that and doing. Again, I'm not scared of doing any mistakes because I know I'm going to learn something from it, and reflection on those things I started learning, and how my brain is. I mean, we used to read on daily basis, so that made me reflect even more deeper the entire day, and I'm able to connect and apply it very easily. And there is one chapter, so, which is from chaos to clarity. So that is very close to me. That chapter. First, I was like just wondering if, like for example, Pinaki sir, he says something. Bangla ma'am, he said her thoughts. I used to just flow with their thoughts instead of trying to relate to my, or some other person says something. I used to just blindly follow it, but not anymore. That reflection power and taking our own control on my own thoughts, instead of blind believing, that um, power is come in me, that change is come in me. Just an example, sir, which I give. So that's the takeaway from this book. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thanks for sharing, Ankita. Yes, Shalini, your inputs.
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. Good morning. सर आई हैव ज्वाइन वेरी लेट, तो मैंने एक दो सेशंस ही करे हैं, एंड आज भी मैंने बहुत लेट ज्वाइन किया, बट देन आई गॉट माय टेक अवे टुडे कि ज़्यादा तो नहीं बोलूँगी, बस ये बोलूँगी कि इन लास्ट 2-3 क्लासेस आई हैव लर्नड अ लॉट अबाउट where my why and where my how should be, in which direction. And Darius Lawrence, जो Darius, I don't know, शायद I'm not
Puru.
spelling the word, pronouncing the name correctly, but I have checked the book review online as well. I don't have the book with me right now. So purpose of life, जैसे अभी शेयर भी किया संजना जी ने और अंकित मंगला जी ने कि क्या होना चाहिए, तो बस मैं सीख रही हूँ आप सबसे. and getting aware day by day. So that is it. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. So I have a request to each one of you. At least एक छोटा सा मेल ही लिख दो darius4@gmail.com पे.
हाँ,
And
एक
if
और
you
बात सर, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting in the
बोलिए.
middle. I have learned many books earlier as well, but never ever thought of writing a mail to the author. कभी दिमाग में ही नहीं आया। और आज ये थॉट आपने डाला, विच इज वेरी ब्यूटीफुल, कि हम लोगों से बहुत कुछ सीखते हैं, बट उनको वापसी में एटलीस्ट हम एक ग्रेटिट्यूड जरूर दे सकते हैं, एक थैंक यू नोट जरूर दे सकते हैं, एक फीडबैक जरूर दे सकते हैं, एंड इट हार्डली टेक्स एनी एफर्ट एज सच, विच
Very
मतलब
true.
whatever we do in life, we always expect some feedback, चाहे अच्छा हो चाहे बुरा हो, एक अच्छा लगता है, मतलब it helps us to grow and make some changes if it is required. And वो थॉट मुझे आया जिससे आपने आज बोला, तो थैंक यू सो मच, एंड डेफिनेटली आई विल डू दैट। थैंक यू।
So I've shared his email ID. और आप सबसे मेरी एक छोटी सी रिक्वेस्ट है, just write a mail to him. If you do not want to write a longer one, just write gratitude. You don't need to write anything. Just write gratitude and just drop a mail to him. इतना तो बनता ही है किसी ऑथर के लिए, जिसका किताब का एक एक पेज हमें कुछ और तरीके से सोचने में मजबूर किया. And I imagine if he hadn't written this book, we wouldn't have read this book together the way we are doing it. So, and he's a human being. See, what I picked up from this book is, instead of labeling people who are in our life, just treat each of them as a human being. You know, the biggest mistake which I did so far, I am not talking about everyone, I'm only talking about myself right now. The biggest mistake which I did till date is labeling people around me, you know, consciously or unconsciously. मैंने लोगों को दो तरह के लेबल से अटैच किया. फर्स्ट लेबल इज माय थॉट्स अबाउट दैट पर्सन or my feelings about that person. The second level is the name that person carries. And then I used to say, Ankita तो ऐसी ही है, संजना भी ऐसी ही है, and Mangala ma'am भी ऐसी ही है. तो हर एक के लिए I have my own way of treating these people as their labels. So what I learned from this book is moving that label out of my life. You know, treat everyone as a possibility. Treat everyone as someone who is there in your life just to show the way which you are supposed to follow. You know, one thing which came to my life while I was reading this book is that why God had sent all these people in my life. किसी और को भी भेज सकता था, इन्हीं को क्यों भेजा? And when I'm making all the attempts to read this book together on a Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m., why these divine angels are around me? God का intention क्या है? Universe का intention क्या है? Why universe has selected only these few people to be around me on a Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m.? So the first thing which I did is removing that label. So I do not treat anybody as a label anymore. Okay, this is the first thing which I learned, which I picked up from while reading this book. Second, which I picked up from this is another way of thinking straight. You know, otherwise I'm not thinking straight. I'm just attaching all the meanings about that person whenever I'm thinking about that person. This is the first thing. Second thing which I picked up is regret for whatever you have not done so far. This chapter, it has actually, it was like a turning point in my life. Don't regret for whatever you have done. Regret for whatever you haven't done, and at least you still have another day to do something about it. That is my addition to this chapter. That this is a learning that he learned from his grandmother. You know, उनके जो grandmother थे उन्होंने बोला था कि never regret on something which you have already done. You regret on those things which you are yet to do. है ना, आप करना चाहते हैं लेकिन अभी तक आपने किया नहीं. एज ह्यूमन बीइंग you have your dreams to fulfill. You some thoughts have God given to you that ये जरूर करना चाहिए, वो जरूर करना चाहिए, and you and I have not done anything about it. So regret on those things. And as you figure out that this is what something that you want to do, so better do not carry that regret through the rest of your life कि मैं ये कर सकता था लेकिन नहीं किया, है ना. And so this is this second thing which I picked up from this book. And the third thing which I picked up from this book is simply amazing. And with that third thing, I created a new way of living my life for 2026. And 2026, I've declared myself as a year of declaration and being connected to the declaration. So, like I always say in all my training sessions, that being consciously connected and being consciously aware and staying consciously connected. So I declared that year 2026 will for me will be a year of declaration. It's not like affirmations. It's not like this is what I want to do. It's not like काश अगर मैं ऐसा कर लिया होता तो अच्छा होता. It's not like any of them. It's a simple, straightforward declaration. I declare that this is what I'm going to do, and I'll stick to that declaration. And to stick to that declaration, I really need to become someone who is dictating my own terms. But that is the only way. There is no other way. The only way is to stick to that declaration is to dictating my own terms. Now, dictating my own terms could sound like being selfish because I was into that dilemma while I was creating this future for myself. And then I add a one letter to this. And this one letter which I added to this word selfish is a letter Q. And I made it a big Q. Selfish Q. So asked myself that this Q can be in terms of Hindi कि क्यों कि मैं क्यों खुद के साथ सेल्फिश होना चाहता हूँ. And the answer which I got is amazing from the same word selfish, क्योंकि खुद के साथ प्यार करना, खुद के साथ इश्क करना. So if I am not doing whatever I want to do, I am not loving myself at all at those point of time. This is my way of looking at it. And it was a very clear, I had complete clarity on this. I have no doubt at all on this anymore. That unless there is self-ish, unless there is self-love, there is no possibility I can create those things which I would really want to create in this life. Possible ही नहीं है. So this is a new thing which I picked up from this book. और मैंने पढ़ा actually Darius को मैंने पढ़ा. The book came out in 2017, but he started working on this in 2015. It took him almost 18 months to came up with this book and almost a month to get the title of the book. एक महीने उसने लगा दिया खाली बुक का टाइटल बनाने में, because of which he stopped the publishing of that book. है ना, हम लोग क्या करते हैं, like people who normally like to publish a book, और आज के डेट में जो लोग बुक किताबें पब्लिश कर रहे हैं because of this self publishing opportunity, people are just writing a book, they are putting it together and it is just there. And imagine this guy, he took almost a month to decide on the title of the book. So book का title क्या रखें so that people will at least think of picking the book in his hand. हाँ? तो कितना छोटा सा प्यारा सा टाइटल है, थिंक स्ट्रेट. So think straight is also something which encouraged, motivated, and inspired me to actually think straight for myself. So these are three things which I picked up from this book. So for me, year 2026 is a year of declaration and dictate my own terms because of self-ish. And let's see how it goes. You can all see what's going to happen with my life over next 365 days. And I'm declaring it because unless I declare it, I will not take the risk of making it happen in my life. So declaration gives me that power. Okay, now you have declared it, people know about it. So these people can be your accountability partner. In fact, you convert them into your accountability partner, and then you see what is possible. So that's all I have to share with all of you this morning. And
Wonderful.
once again, thank you
No,
everyone for being with
it's
me on
we who
this
have to
wonderful
thank you,
journey.
sir. On behalf of all the listeners, I would like to say a big, big, big thank to Pinaki sir for changing our life in the sense we are all going to be positive thinkers, which will, blossom in 2000, in the next year, that is 26. And we all want to think differently and better. So we all, on behalf of all the uh, listeners or participants, I'd like to thank Pinaki sir that you have brought about a change in our life. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Uh,
Yeah, you all will all
and
agree.
best of luck for your new declaration. Best wishes, a lot of best of lucks, and all the best wishes goes to you to achieve all your dreams, all your declaration come true. Thank you so much.
I think the greatest shift has been from chaos to clarity. That clarity would bring about positivity is the next step. I think this is the greatest change what has happened. That all the negative thoughts which were ruining our life, so to say, ruining, I mean mental ruining, have all gone thanks to him. And I'm sure Nilesh, Sir, Sanjana, Shalini, Ankita, and the others who have not attended today will really agree with me that, as I said 5 minutes ago, till now we were grown up with some thoughts. We let our thoughts wander. So we were passing through a bad tunnel. Now, when we get out of the tunnel, I think we'll begin to enjoy the world, the nature which is there, which is life. And our thoughts are going to be different and going to be the base for all that. And this is what I want to say.
Wonderful, beautiful. And I have only one request to each one of you. एक रिक्वेस्ट तो ये है कि आप दारियस को जरूर एक मेल लिखिए. I have shared his email ID,
Yeah, please.
dariusfelu@gmail.com. उनको
Yeah,
जरूर एक मेल
on
जरूर
our
लिखिएगा.
group, if you can share, I'll write it to him a lovely letter.
Write each one of you separately because
Yeah, yeah,
I am
yeah.
already in touch with him and we have already exchanged many mails so far.
No, no, no. I'm
So
just saying on our group 6:30 a.m. का है वहाँ, can you just share the email ID?
I've shared it. Okay, I'll put it in the WhatsApp group also.
Yeah, so
I put
just
the
it's
email ID.
easy and
Sure,
I'll
we'll
write
do that.
a lovely letter. He'll
We'll do
sure
that.
get back to me. I know.
And I have a request to each one of you that make this 2026 a year of not using any weak negative word in your communication. Being consciously aware and staying consciously connected. Do not use a single weak negative word in your conversation. एक
Thank
साल दीजिए, just for 1 year. उसके बाद जैसा करना है वैसा करो.
No, we'll have changed, We'll be positive throughout.
है ना? एक साल में आप कोई भी consciously being consciously aware and staying consciously connected, you will not use any weak negative word in your communication. Or let me put it this way, only use strong positive words in your communication. Even when I was using the word weak negative, I'm using two weak words, two negative words in my communication. Replace, only and only use strong positive words in your communication.
For sure, we are going to. And एक साल में तो गधा घोड़ा बन जाएगा.
और
And
क्या, हर दिन आपका साल है. See, this day will define the quality of my life over the next 1 year.
and if we
ठीक है.
don't get it, we can ask GPT what is the opposite of it.
Yeah. What is the strong, empowering word for this?
Absolutely.
Exactly, that's true. Yeah.
आप देखिएगा चैट जीपीटी जब आपको रिप्लाई देता है ना, इट डज नॉट यूज एनी सिंगल, आप बहुत ध्यान से ऑब्जर्व करना, इट डज नॉट यूज एनी वीक नेगेटिव वर्ड व्हेन इट रिप्लाइज टू योर मैसेजेस. बहुत ध्यान से ऑब्जर्व
Yes, of
करना,
course, it
एक भी नहीं
happens.
करता.
Yes, of course, it does. It resonates with whatever you're saying in positive way.
So
And
make this.
so is world's AI. मतलब यूनिवर्स की जो AI है, this is also same कि जो आप चाह रहे हैं वो दिखा रहा है. AI
So
भगवान ने तो पहले
if
बना
you
दिया.
if you want to have one resolution for this year, make that one resolution is I will only speak. See, this is a declaration. It's not an affirmation that I speak. You are actually declaring, I only use strong positive words in my communication no matter what. Otherwise मैं बात ही नहीं करता, मैं चुप रहता हूँ, है ना? बोलना है तो only you will speak out strong positive words, that's it. Otherwise just keep quiet, don't need to talk.
Of course.
And this one resolution can bring a sea of change that you can't even predict, I promise you. Okay, so that's it.
Yeah.
Have a blast in 2026 and let people remember you,
So
that
how
you
do we
existed in
now?
their
What
life.
is the plan for 26 so far as
I'll
our
come up with a new book. I'll come up with a new book, at least for next, no session for next Sunday. And I'll come up with a book, wonderful book. ऐसे
but
ही
how
एक
do we know?
किताब
How
लेके मैं
will we
आऊंगा.
know?
Have you already decided, or you have to decide yet?
I have more or less have decided, but
So
I'll
no,
still
no,
share
no.
it with you.
So my question is when around what time would which date would we start so that we know we have to connect to you?
I'll share it in the group itself. Sunday वाला group में मैं share कर दूँ.
Okay. But next weekend there is nothing.
नहीं, next weekend there won't be anything.
Okay.
Enjoy
At least I
yourself.
won't be there. If you want to join and discuss, that's up to you.
And
No,
enjoy
no, no,
yourself.
no. Without you,
So,
without the soul, nothing works.
so next Sunday probably I won't be there. So that's why I'm not making any commitment. Even right now I'm in Kolkata, so I'm just here for a long vacation. And this was also a part of my outcome which I created in my Money Magnet Mastermind training program, where I said that this year all of you must make an extra 1 lakh rupees from your training activities or other activities, and then use that entire 1 lakh rupee on your entertainment. So I'm just doing that right now. So I'm simply using that money for complete entertainment. And
Good.
ना मैं
Wonderful.
खुद नहीं करूंगा तो फिर मैं कैसे किसी और को बताऊंगा करने के लिए. So I made the extra money from that one program itself, and I'm just applying it. That's it.
Wonderful. You are an amazing person.
Everybody is, ma'am. The only difference is that it's only time that they need to believe it, that I am an amazing person. That's it, nothing else. Everybody is amazing. आप किसी के साथ भी बात करो, कुछ ना कुछ उससे आपको सीखने को मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. You talk to a रिक्शा वाला, an ऑटो वाला, a street side vendor, आपको कुछ ना कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. है ना? स्ट्रीट साइड वेंडर से मैं क्या सीखता हूँ? द वे दे कैलकुलेट. इतना फास्ट वो कैलकुलेट करते हैं कि अब हमारे बच्चे भी इतना फास्ट कैलकुलेट नहीं करते. आप बोलो 650 ग्राम्स ऑफ पालक, उसका भी हिसाब करके आपको दे देगा. खटाक.
That is why you'll find they don't need calculators.
Yeah. So
And look at the Western world. Even if you go to a mall, you give $10, yet they'll put it on the calculator. Abhi five kaise लौटाने का? They're so stupid, these Westerners.
yeah,
Because they are
so
not
no use
exposed
of
to
the word
this.
stupid anymore
They
next.
don't let their brains use, and we use it.
Yeah, so no use of the word stupid in 2026.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
And being consciously aware and staying consciously connected.
No
Because every
labeling.
word you speak, you trigger, actually, you trigger the emotion of that word in your conversation. So don't trigger such emotions.
Yeah.
So now see calculation and how the state Mangla ma'am, when you were saying कि thoughts does not come first. When Pinaki ji said कि छोटा सा जो रिक्शा वाला है वो भी calculate fast करता है. Immediately the thought came to your mind कि Westerners are not doing. So this is how thoughts create the world. This is the thought that is creating the entire world.
Mm.
And everything is coming through the thoughts. The first seed is coming through the thoughts. So thought came to your mind कि अच्छा यहाँ, and immediately the picture came to your mind, and that was also associated with the thought. And उसको भी चंक डाउन करेंगे तो उसके नीचे सबसे पहले नीचे गहरे में आता है शब्द, और शब्द हमारी भाषा. जो लैंग्वेज वी आर यूजिंग, क्योंकि अभी इस शब्द का हमारी भाषा में है यूज, हमें समझ आती है, बट दूसरे को नहीं समझते, उसके लिए तो ये बकवास है, क्या कर रहे हैं, उसको समझ ही नहीं आएगा, बोल रहे हैं,
हम्म।
बात खत्म। सो एवरीथिंग कम्स विद द वर्ड, एवरी वर्ड इज पावरफुल, दैट्स व्हाई ही हैज सेड कि विल नॉट यूज द नेगेटिव वर्ड। सो वर्ड इज वेरी पावरफुल बिकॉज ईच एंड एवरी वर्ड इज क्रिएटिंग अ थॉट। अभी मैं बोलूं समोसा, तो इमीडिएटली व्हाट कम टू योर माइंड? Immediately, the brown color, triangular structure came to your mind that was crunchy in taste, that was having potato inside, and the taste of the chutney with that, green and red. All things came to your mind. अभी मैंने तो सिर्फ समोसा शब्द बोला ना, तो छोटे समोसे ने इतना बड़ा इफेक्ट, इतना बड़ा पिक्चर क्रिएट, इवन द प्लेट केम टू योर माइंड। जो आपका फेवरेट शॉप है समोसे का, उसकी पिक्चर, उस बंदे की पिक्चर, उसका नेम सब आ गया दिमाग में। So each and every word is powerful, and word is creating thoughts. So that's why we have to work on the root, on the words. So the power is in the words. So
Yes.
words के
ब्यूटीफुली
लिए हम
समझ।
conscious choice करेंगे कि what words we are using, so that will change the entire picture. तो हम अपनी मूवी राइट करेंगे पॉजिटिव वर्ड्स के साथ।
And positive
एब्सोल्युटली।
word of stupid is carefree and not experienced.
मैं
वर्ड्स
कह रहा हूँ
वर्ड्स
चलो
आर वेरी
दिमाग में आ रहे हैं
पावरफुल।
आने दो, लेकिन बोलना नहीं है बस।
हाँ, आ रहे हैं तो उसका बस वो चैट जीपीटी पे सर्च कर लो ना कि क्या बोला है उसको।
I
हाँ,
just
उसके
just
उसको
not
उसके लिए कैसे,
experienced.
उसके लिए शब्दों के लिए कैसे होगा? शब्दों के लिए हम जब अवेयर होंगे कि अच्छा इस शब्द के साथ ये थॉट आई, तो अब मुझे उसके साथ क्या करना है, या फ्लो करना है उसके साथ, या उसके लिए अवेयर होंगे तो वो चला जाएगा अपने आप से। दैट उसकी उसका किसी भी शब्द का एग्जिस्टेंस तब तक है जब तक हम उसके साथ बह रहे हैं। किसी भी विचार
हम्म।
का एग्जिस्टेंस तब है जब हम उसके साथ बह रहे हैं। जब हमने उसके लिए अवेयर हो गए, उसके उसके बारे में फिर कुछ और थॉट आएगी ही नहीं। जब हम अवेयर होके देख लिया, लाइक एक कुत्ता है हमारे पीछे भाग रहा है, हम आगे भाग रहे हैं, वो पीछे भाग रहा है, हम आगे भाग रहे हैं, वो पीछे भाग रहा है, बट हमने एक बार रुक के सिर्फ उसे देखा, वी जस्ट विटनेस, वी जस्ट ऑब्जर्व, उसकी आंखों में आंखें डाल ली, बस वो अपने आप से करता पीछे चला जाता है। सो दीस द सेम थिंग इज विद आवर थॉट्स, कि जब थॉट्स के साथ हम थॉट्स के साथ लड़ते हैं, फाइट करते हैं और उनको कंट्रोल करना चाहते हैं, बिकॉज एक थोड़ा मुझे कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी लगा जो चैप्टर मैंने ही रीड किया था कि कंट्रोल करना थॉट्स को। सो आई बिलीव इट इन अदर वे कि वी कैन नॉट कंट्रोल आवर थॉट्स एंड वी नो डोंट नीड इवन, वी नीड टू विटनेस देम, वी नीड टू बी एन ऑब्जर्वर कि ये थॉट है और मैं ये हूं, आई एम नॉट माई थॉट। जनरल सीन क्या है कि हम थॉट हो जाते हैं, तो वहां स्ट्रगल स्टार्ट हो जाता है।
हम्म।
as the moment we become aware, the moment we become observer, things changed, immediately the shift starts. So the very powerful practice पिनाकी जी has shared कि हमें वर्ड्स पे ही काम करना है, तो असली काम वहीं से स्टार्ट होगा कि वर्ड्स पॉजिटिव यूज करो, सारा काम अपने आप, यू विल नॉट बिकम द पर्सन यू आर, यू विल नॉट रिमेन द पर्सन यू आर, यू विल बिकम समथिंग एल्स। पावर हाउस बनने वाले हो अगर पूरा साल इस डिक्लेरेशन को कर लिया, प्रैक्टिकली अप्लाई कर लिया। तो थैंक यू सो मच।
Yeah. Chalo. Bye bye, everybody.
या थैंक
ओके
यू सो मच,
बाय।
हैव अ
बाय।
ग्रेट डे।
Bye. Pinaki
थैंक
sir,
यू।
मेक योर
once
लाइफ
again,
अमेजिंग।
big thanks on behalf of all of us to you. मैं हाथ जोड़
माय
के
प्लेजर।
thanks देती हूँ तो आपको.
माय प्लेजर
थैंक
मैम।
यू।
Yeah.